Across the Indian Ocean, where satellite signals vanish into darkness, something extraordinary occurred under the black night sky. At the Inmarsat Control Center, a facility monitoring global data around the clock, the screen suddenly lit up with something no one expected. It wasn't a location marker. It wasn't a black box transmission. And it didn't follow any known communication protocol. Instead, it was a garbled, broken message, but clear enough to send chills through the entire room. They are taking us somewhere. The signal is weak. I'm not sure we will survive. For a moment, silence gripped the control center. Engineers stared at the display as if they'd just been struck by lightning. And then came the most unsettling detail of all. The transmission originated from equipment that had been inactive for 10 years. What could possibly be speaking out of the void? And more importantly, who was sending that impossible message? In the quiet dawn of March 8, 2014, the world witnessed the birth of one of aviation's greatest mysteries, the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. It was supposed to be just another routine trip from Kuala Lumpur to Beijing. But with 239 souls on board, the Boeing 777 took off under a calm night sky, concealing the tragedy that would haunt the world for years. At 1:19 a.m., the last message echoed over the radio. "Good night, Malaysia Airlines 370. Polite, almost ordinary words, yet minutes later, something chilling happened. The transponder, the very system that reveals a plane's position to civilian radar, was switched off. Not by technical failure, but by human hands. And then silence. No distress call. No cries for help. Just emptiness. But the aircraft kept flying. Malaysian military radar later exposed a bizarre path. Sudden turns, a shift westward over the Strait of Malacca, all in complete radio silence. As if someone had deliberately flown the jet to vanish from sight. Even more shocking, Inmarsat satellite handshakes proved the plane remained in the air for over 6 hours after disappearing from civilian radars. If that alone shakes you, imagine this. Someone was guiding MH370 into absolute nothingness. And if this revelation has already surprised you, leave a like so more people can discover this story and join us on this investigation. But the mystery deepened further. In 2024, an independent team revisited satellite data dismissed back in 2014. What they uncovered sent chills through the aviation world. A hidden message from a passenger. Chinese traveler Jiang Wei managed to send a warning just over an hour after the plane's last radar trace. They are taking us somewhere. Signal weak. We don't know if we'll make it. A brief message, but enough to shatter the official theory of cabin depressurization and collective unconsciousness. This meant at least some passengers were still alive and aware. And there was more. Social media logs showed unsent drafts, failed attempts at messages, traces of life, of people desperately trying to reach the outside world. And yet, the haunting question remains. If passengers were awake, why no emergency calls? Why, amid the terror, did the world hear only silence? Over the years, theories range from classic hijacking to remote control with advanced military technology. And the supposed final destination of MH370 adds a new layer of darkness. Point Nemo, the most remote place on Earth, known as the spacecraft cemetery. Coincidence? Or was the plane intentionally guided to its eternal graveyard? 10 years have passed. No rescue. No claim of responsibility. No definitive answer. Only fragments, theories, and one disturbing certainty. Someone wanted MH370 to disappear, and they succeeded. This isn't just the absence of answers. It feels like a deliberate silence, interrupted only by echoes that resemble desperate attempts at communication. If true, this would mark the first time in aviation history that a disappearance could be solved entirely through data analysis, without black boxes, without wreckage, only digital fragments lingering like ghosts in cyberspace. Flight MH370, once imagined as lost to unfathomable forces, takes on a new meaning here, not as prey to an extraterrestrial nightmare, but as a human symbol of courage and despair, suspended in packets of data that outlived the passengers themselves. And if the message discovered is authentic, it would mean something devastating. a real cry for help lost in the void, sent by a terrified survivor. Beyond cold numbers, beyond radar anomalies, the tragedy of MH370 is the weight of 239 silenced lives, a haunting reminder wrapped in an endless stream of impersonal data. Decades of technological progress have failed to erase the shadow of that night. MH370 remains the most chilling story in aviation, balanced precariously between science and human drama, a mystery that refuses to rest, even in the age of artificial intelligence and infinite algorithms. And so the question no one dares to dismiss arises: was this eerie message a final breath of hope or proof that far darker forces were at play? What you believe really happened that night? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if this story unsettled you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and click the next video. Because the mystery of MH370 may only be the beginning of something much larger.